What's good, ladies and gentlemen? You had another episode of the FLi Report with Marlon Greer. You know what I mean? Where we talk to good people about good things and things that we really need to be talking about, especially in this time that we all home just chilling. You know, we got to maximize our time and do something productive with our time. But without further,
Absolutely.
I got my main man in the house, Penthouse Pauly. And yo, a lot
What's
of
up, bro?
yo, what's good, family?
I mean, I'm here trying to avoid the Rona.
Exactly. Well, I see you in the house, so you know that's a good thing, and I'm in the house too, so that's
Yeah, man.
the flatten the curve, right?
Absolutely.
Yo, but I mean, but you know, a lot of people watching right now. For people that don't know, you know, you see me and Dave go around, all around the world, you know, do stuff with the NBA, with talent, with
Everywhere.
Claudia Jordan.
I seen you. I was watching TV one time. I saw you and Dave just chilling like courtside. I don't know what game it was. I was like, look, those are my dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, we be doing these things. Might have been so. You know, we be running with Dave Huey too. You know, he got those big side, those court side.
You know, hey, just make sure you call me sometimes, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yo, come on, always. But if you could stay in the country or the city or wherever, you know what I mean. I know you got more stamps on your passport than young HO.
I mean,
You
trying
know
to stay busy.
No doubt. But yo, I just want to let people know, like for those don't know, this is my OG. You know how people talk about OG and everything like that. This guy taught me everything about the game. He had a record deal in 1987. All right. Paulie, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know you was at Wild Pitch Records for a time. Then you was at Capitol Records back then with Fatman Scoop was there. I know Naughty just got signed at that time. And you know, you really showed me and Dave the game. As far as you did, give Dib a shout out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Deb, he's out in VA right now. He's still doing the studio thing.
Yeah, but yo,
he's still active.
Just tell the people a little bit about that because, like I said, you showed me everything about the game. Even to this day, like I still call you about certain things, even though you transition, you do a lot of different things. But tell people about that time of the game back then in '87, or you know the early
'87.
deal.
I mean, I think we popped off in '88.
Okay.
Basically, make a long story short, back then they didn't have social media or whatever. They used to have this book, this fanzine. That's what they used to call it, called Write Ons.
Okay, right.
And every week, it almost seemed like there was interviewing LL Cool J.
Right.
And they would ask him how he started. He said his grandfather bought him $2,000 worth of equipment. He made the demo tape, sent it off. Def Jam pressed the record, and the rest is history. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, man, I ain't got no grandfather, but we could raise $2,000.
Right.
We went to the studio.
You're not gonna say how, but we was raising a lot of money back then.
Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not even glorifying nonsense. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
Beyond all that, right?
Exactly.
So we did what we did. We like 15 years old. Went in the studio, me and Dibs, and we pressed up some records and distributed them. We didn't know nothing about the game. The beauty of being young is that your ignorance, if you will, I don't even know if you should call it ignorance, but the fact that you don't know, you can create your own rules.
Yeah, you're not going to talk yourself out of anything either. You're going to, you just need one reason why something will work, and you'll go with it. In opposed to as you get older, you start thinking about, oh, this could go wrong, that could go wrong. Then you end up not doing anything.
Absolutely. So again, to fast forward the situation, we did that, pressed up the records, distributed. We basically put ourselves in the midst of the music industry. We started hanging out at Def Jam, just doing whatever, just hanging out. We didn't go to school. We was at Def Jam, hanging with Will Smith and all that, blah blah. It is what it is. I'm not really a big name dropper, but so that put us in the mix. One thing led to another. We got to deal with Warner Brothers, and and we wind up starting our little music quiz. We never had a big hit, and I'm glad for it. Ironically, I'm glad for it. We shot videos. I shot my 4 or 5 videos, different groups, whatever, but never scored a platinum record myself.
Right.
only platinum plaque I own is 50 Cent, and I had nothing to do with that record. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But you know, they gave me a little your whole list. My man Sha Money, you know.
Yeah, yo, big up to Sha Money, man. Sha Money XL.
Yeah.
Crazy. As a matter of fact, talking about Sha Money and talking about how you my OG, me and Dave OG, and how you put us on everything. The first hip hop summit we actually went to was with you. Man,
Yeah.
the whole cover. That was a crazy time.
Yeah. You got into it with Tupac.
Oh man, yo, that's I guess we had the whole Gemini collision thing going on, but we was
exactly what it was, bro. Y'all two strong personalities. It was like,
it was crazy. Well, what happened? Well, we was singing your record, right? Remember you had that joint, Hardcore Beats Must Seize.
Yeah, we was like 20, 30 deep. I remember, right?
Yeah.
And we was walking down the street during the convention, and just screaming, drunk, Right. And Tupac just jumped out like, "Yo, it's about me, Tupac." And you walked up on him like, "No,
it's about 100 dudes." Like, yo, what's wrong with you? You know?
Tupac did the right thing and he ran because we was too deep. You know what I mean? I would have ran too. So he ran, but you know, hey, he lived another day, you know, behind that. But
oh, no doubt.
Ironically, ironically, you know, we wound up getting cool after that, and you know, look who he became. You know what I mean? He became a real soldier of the game. You know, and
we actually
I guess that
cool.
incidents are just like, you know, young boy stuff.
Same day we was cool because remember you did a show. You had a show at the Ritz. And then Pac and Stretch and all the Live Squad, they came in there, man. We was all chopping it up after that. And everything was all love, you know.
Yeah.
Out the club or
whatever. Yeah. R.I.P. Stretch.
Right.
You know, I know his brother's still active in the game too. You know.
No doubt. Good people, man.
All that stuff. The project his brother Madge is working on. I think that's all gonna come full circle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
No doubt, yeah. But those was interesting times, though, man. But you know, we definitely still here and doing our thing, and you know, so you know. You can't really talk about anything without talking about this coronavirus and you know all
not.
You know that's happening.
Absolutely not.
But you know, when there's some type of adversity, there's also times for triumph. You know what I mean? I think Socrates said it's beauty in war or what have you is depending your perspective. So I know. You know, we're talking about the music industry and all the stuff from the early days, and I know your time is short, but I'm definitely happy that you know we can talk about this. But you done transition into a whole nother industry. I don't really want to talk about your finances, but you're doing really well, you know. So I know you're
blessed.
Yeah, you're blessed. You're in the real estate. So can you talk a little bit about that transition, and then we'll see like how we can get into real estate at this time now?
Well, how I started was through adversity. Actually, we was losing our home. Make a long story short, again, my mother's ex-husband. I'm a kid, you know. My mother's ex-husband did some sort of fraud, and like he basically refinanced the house without her knowing, and you know, we had to defend ourselves to not lose the house for like 10 years.
Okay.
And in that 10 years, we were just partying and doing whatever because we had no mortgage to pay. You know what I mean? So make a long story short, it was like when things did hit the fan, the mortgage company did start like coming after us. I got a first-hand education, if you will, on how to both protect yourself as a tenant and the rights of a mortgage company and the landlord and all those different things. So it was like a free law degree, if you will, that I got behind that, you know. So fast forward past that, we wind up losing. So you know, the bank did wind up taking away the house, and we bought another house. Obviously, you know, it wasn't a homeless situation. We bought another house in a better neighborhood, and it just opened up my mind. You know, I'm like, you know, this whole real estate thing. You know, I understood it. I understood it intimately. So, I got into the mortgage brokerage business. I was a what do you call that? Representative. I was one of those dudes that give you a loan. You tell me you ain't got no job, you ain't got no money. Find a bank that give you a mortgage. Selling subprime. You know, I ain't know what a subprime was.
Right.
Right. All I know is I was making like 20 bands a month. You know, that's all I know. So I did that for about a year. That crashed in like 08?
Okay.
I started at 07, 08, crashed. And again, I have to reinvent myself. I seen, I was gonna give up on the real estate business. I got a job, worked as a matter of fact, a body shop.
Okay.
I went from making 20 bands a week to making $500 a week at a body shop. And I wasn't even like a painter or nothing, whatever. So I was just like a do anything guy. Like, scrub that bumper, sand that bumper, do this, do that, go run here. I was a runner, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I figured out how to multiply my thinking. You know, at the body shop, I was like, man, this 500 is not cutting, especially when you're just getting good checks or whatever.
Right.
That 500 is not cutting. So I got back into the real estate. When the prices are low, I got back into the real estate. My first investment property was in Brooklyn. Actually, that's my second. I bought a personal home first, and I bought an investment property in Brooklyn, across the street from Wiggs Projects. Everybody's like, you crazy, because you know what? Literally, I used to be on the steps and cars, police chasing dudes, gunshots all day long.
Right.
But what I did know is that the plans that they were having for Atlantic Avenue, the plans that they were having for the Notion Avenue's train station, and I waged the bet on that would work. Make a long story short, the gentrification process happened. A $200 investment wound up being an $800,000 investment. Rest is history.
No, you touched on an interesting point, and that's a great example too of doing what you can with what you have, and then Jehovah, God, the Spirit, the universe, or whatever we choose to say, it brings other things for you to work with. And a lot of people look for things, and I'll be like, look, it's apparent you're not doing all you can with what you have. So how do you expect anything more? Like opportunity dances with people that's already on the dance floor.
Absolutely.
You sit on the side, nobody's going to ask you to dance. You got to be up there doing yourself.
We actually all have all the tools that we need to be successful. It's just recognizing those opportunities, recognizing those that may not be good for you.
Right.
Me and you, we have a history. We got positive energy. We support each other. Blah blah blah.
Right.
When you have people in your circle or family members in your circle that may not be supportive of your endeavors, it kind of like some people let that wear them down. They don't know how to hey, let me push that to the side and keep running.
Yeah, dream killers is what I like to call them.
Exactly. Yeah, so you gotta. Go ahead, brother.
No. I was going to just say, I don't even talk about any, like I call like 5 people, you're included, 4 other people, which I consider my brain trust. And I talk to them about ideas because I know if anything, you're going to play devil's advocate and make it better, but it's never going to be trying to shoot down the idea. You might have me think about something that I didn't consider, and that's what I want, but at the end of the day, it's going to be progressive.
Absolutely. It's about building, bro, not breaking down, And sometimes if somebody switches your paradigm, if you will, you might be looking at things one way when actually you should be thinking different or looking a different direction, and that's why it's important to read a lot of books, be around different kind of people, different kind of industries, because all it takes is that one idea. You apply it to whatever you're doing, it becomes explosive,
Exactly.
And, like what you're doing with FLi TV. I was there. I remember you guys had the office on 125, right? It was on 125.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, y'all had the whole thing, the whole floor, whatever.
And shout out to Lynn Burnett and Brent Wright, definitely.
All right. What up, Lynn?
People's right there. Big bro.
Yeah. Sharp dude right there. So I remember the vision. He was coming to me, he was like, well, I want to build a network. This is before I do just thinking about podcasts. I don't even know if the internet was even out back then. It probably was at the baby stages.
Right,
But
right, exactly.
I'm glad to see that you guys did get the network off the ground, and you got all kinds of partnerships with what Fubu, homie from Fubu's
but
Alexander, right?
Yeah,
Jay Alexander. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just so
talent
dope.
on board. We got Mr. Cheeks, Claudia Jordan, Honest,
You see?
Thomas, and we just did a great show in conjunction with the NBA called The Rematch. So,
Nice.
from Isaiah Thomas, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Oh my, the legends.
The whole slaw. So it's some great things. It's about celebrities, athletes using their voice for social consciousness. Because we'll attack all the flaws. So we don't drove every car. That's BS, man. It's about the community. You know what I mean?
Right. Now I like that. It's about the community now.
Exactly.
And ironically, go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead, Drake.
No, I mean, like, you was one of the first people that was on a community service wave. I seen you constantly doing food drives, helping the homeless, giving back to the community, like with your own hands and feet. Now a lot of people are like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, but never get nothing done. You actually hopped in your car, fed people, you and your kids. I seen it. I could co-sign that. So that showed me, I'm like, man, I got to give more too. I got to give more back, to my community. Not just invest real estate, and just suck money out the community, and things still like fall apart.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I could just like, I'll just wait for 5-10 years, things will change. Nah, you know what? My new wave is I'm going to make it change with my hands and feet, same way you did, And
I appreciate that. But fam, another thing I want to do too, you talked about the zoning, and I'm going to zone out and let you have the whole screen right now so people can get up on this, because you always was going to municipalities, looking at the blueprints. Can you explain, like, quickly the importance of knowing, looking at the zoning, the blueprints, and then they're helping you to decide where you're going to buy property based on that?
Okay, free game. Again, this is not a time to hoard information. So I was fortunate to work for one of the big real estate families of Queens, the Starks family. I started as a foreman, run jobs for them. I had 40 guys working for me, so on and so forth. I asked the owner, how did they start? He gave me a whole little thing about how the father became a bank president, this, that, and third, and he would buy property during downtimes, during the crack epidemic. He bought all the property on the what we know now as the air train line, all the way to JFK Airport. So when they built the JFK Airport, they had to pay him off to build the tracks and the overhead infrastructure, if you will, to go all the way to the airport. We talking about billions of dollars. So I watched this family become billionaires, literally in front of my eyes, and that showed me the importance of knowing what's going to happen. So I edge my bets on that, like new train station, new train stations, stadiums, medical facilities, downtown areas, waterfront, so on and so forth. I don't run from those things. I run to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically it. And success isn't like 100% luck.
Right.
A lot of it is planned.
Yeah.
And the city planning, like currently, free game again. Reading, Pennsylvania is building a train that goes from Reading to downtown Philly.
Okay.
So that means the price point of real estate in Reading, Pennsylvania is a lot cheaper than Center City and the downtown Philly area. Those prices in Center City is comparable to Brooklyn or Manhattan prices now. So what's going to happen is people are going to be like, wait a minute, if I got a little short commute, a little 35, 40-minute commute from Reading, Pennsylvania, the Center City where it's all happening, downtown Philly. I could get a bigger house. I could get or a historical house or whatever at a cheaper price point. Only trade-off is the commute.
Right.
And a lot of people think like that. That's
right.
That's called urban sprawl, if you will. So that's what happened with when they built the first suburb in Long Island, Levittown.
Right.
People working in the city and stuff like that. A lot of people would move out to Long Island for the better life, and they would, travel to Manhattan, Brooklyn, the areas that are more dense, if you will. And that's basically it. Those are opportunities. Whenever there's an infrastructure being built, don't run from it.
Right.
Don't run from it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Embrace it. No, there's no time to be victim. There's no time to be nobody's victim.
All right, Dre. All right. So let me ask you this, Pauly. All right. Right now, it's opportunities, right? We know it's opportunity available. So we're from the hood now. We're from Brooklyn. We're from Manhattan, Staten Island, Harlem, wherever the case may be, the Bronx. And, we don't know about, the zoning or a fair game or anything like that. But I know we might be out there doing whatever, and we have a little bit of money. We're only doing these things and in this type of situation because these are the options that we have.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we judge people, but you also got to look at how many options they have and what's at their disposal. And sometimes when you look at it from that, it's not too bad what they're doing. So what advice would you give to a young brother or sister that's looking for a way out, that maybe doesn't have any hope? And we know that real estate is always the way to go. And there's so many dynamics of it, but what would you suggest?
Right now, we're gonna see, unfortunately, a lot of foreclosures. It's gonna fall behind this thing. A lot of landlords aren't gonna be able to, not even landlords, homeowners, not gonna be able to afford their mortgages. So, it's gonna be bad before it gets good. So on the other side of that, it's going to be opportunities. Time for you to buy cheaper real estate at a lower price point. So if you were a saver prior to coronavirus, this is a great time to get in because you're going to get bargains. Make money in real estate buying. It's not a long-term play. With me, I make money. If I see something, I already made money that day. When I bought my personal house, I made $80,000. That was 15 years ago. So, you make money buying. And right now, there's a lot of opportunity for people who, if you don't have money yourself, get a couple your peoples together. You ain't got 20 bands in your account right now. Get a couple y'all together, like 2 bands apiece. Make something happen. But the key is, like I said, is research. Look at city planning. Type in your area. What are the city plans or whatever, wherever you live? You live in Oakland. You live in Scranton. You live in Baltimore. Wherever it is, you're gonna see them hospital plans. All that money was already earmarked years ago. So basically, that success was already written years ago. You have to put yourself in a position to take advantage of it. And the only way you can take advantage is your mindset got to change, your circle got to change, unfortunately, and you got to live it. You got to live who you want to be. You can't be no janky dude partying drunk all the time talking about I'm gonna be rich. It's not gonna work. You got to make that commitment.
Right.
That separates the mice from the men. Unfortunately.
No, so true. And that's a good way to wrap it up, actually, because everybody wants the same things out of life, but everybody don't want to do what it takes to get it or to sacrifice. You got to give up something to get something.
Everybody wants.
Everybody
wants. What are you willing to do, though? What are you willing to do? I'm not saying sell your soul or be unethical or, not saying that.
No, not at all.
If we work together, now's the time to work together. Build your team.
Yeah.
Get all the noise out. I know it's difficult. We all going through it, But But if you get the noise out of your circle, the people that are naysayers, the people that are doubters, get them out. Connect with those that have the same passion as you. You guys could talk about for hours. You know how we talk about media and strategy for hours, right? So if they're not willing to talk about you, talk about your what you're interested in for hours, maybe it's not a call for you.
Exactly. And then to get to the other point, now you don't even have to get rid of them. Now, because the light, the positive energy is so lit, they don't even want to rock with you.
Exactly. Because no, you're right. You're right. It's like we on different. It's like they evict themselves out of your circle. I'm like, thank you, bye bye.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's it.
Beat it.
There you go, man.
I mean, and unfortunately, sometimes it's family too.
Yeah.
And people that are closer to you, and people are gonna try to sabotage you. Just keep going and change your paradigm, man. I'll be the first one to admit, we come from Jamaica, Queens. We trained to be like, look at somebody as the enemy. Before I even know you, I'm sizing you up, looking at you like you're the enemy.
Right.
And a few years ago, I was like, why am I still doing this?
Right.
I mean, like, it's like we're basically creating obstacles for ourselves.
And we're sizing up each other. Somebody that look just like us.
Right. And that brother might be a brother that could help you when you could help them.
Right.
So I'm not being naive. I'm not saying be naive. Not everybody has great intentions. Yes, I know that. But you'll be able to tell because you guys share the same interests. You guys can feed off each other. It's not always about a money exchange. Sometimes it's a knowledge exchange. Sometimes knowledge is more. Remember Virgil Thompson at Wild Pitch?
Right.
He was like the tour director.
Right.
I owe that man my life, and I've been looking for him for the longest because this old saying, teach a man how to fish. I mean, what's that saying? I'm sure you know him. I'm drawing a brain fart right now.
Yeah,
I'm having a George Bush moment.
Give him fish, he'll eat for the day. Teach him how to fish, he'll eat for his lifetime.
There you go. Virgil gave me a list of media people,
right?
Personal numbers like Puffy, this, that, all kinds of stuff that took years for the company to compile, right?
Right.
And that list he gave me allowed me to call Puff up, like your Puff, pretend like I knew him. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling Puff. That's when he lived in Scottsdale. That's how I was getting in industry parties. I had everybody's phone number. I called everybody up. I come through, and I come through. They would pretend they knew who I was, and I pretend like I knew they were. So it was weird. It was weird, but I say that to say that knowledge and that information he gave me allowed me to put brothers like you on, put Sha Money on, to put countless brothers on. You know what I mean? And it just came from that list. He gave me access, if you will. Now, once you can have a list. If you don't know what to do with it, it's on you.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So, that's important, man. You got to get that list. Whatever interests you have, whatever, if you're going to be a media person, you're going to be an internet person, you got to know who the players are in your game. Like me, I'm in the real estate finance thing. First thing I did in the new market I'm in, Maryland, is I got to know who the money people is over here.
Right.
That's the first
thing. Follow the money. Exactly.
So, I had to open a corporate account at my local bank. It's a black bank called Harbor Bank. And the sister that was working there, that's why I love black women. I love all women, but black women always got my back.
Right, right.
So she was like, yeah, this person does this and this person that. So she linked me up with a bunch of people that are like-minded.
Right.
And I took a couple of them out to dinner, lunch, whatever. We all fed each other. I gave them some New York contacts. They gave me some Maryland contacts. Next thing you know, I'm in the billionaire circle. I'm not a billionaire, but I sit amongst the billionaires. And, as a saying that I live by, if you can't be used, you're useless.
I use it all the time, fam.
Right? Right? So
pull up a chair and everybody eats it.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen, when I'm swinging amongst these big sharks, I'm a little guppy. You know, a little $5-10 million is nothing to these dudes. They spend that in an hour.
Right.
You know, so I gotta humble myself and soak up as much as I can and understand how things really want to work. If I want to be able to make things take it to the next level.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's basically it, man. The info.
No doubt, that's what it is, man. And it kind of goes back to what they were saying before. If you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book. So at the end of the day, we have to read and do our research. And the internet is out there, and it's more for just for Facebook and Instagram and everything like that too. That's the new encyclopedia, you know, of everything. Yeah. So, bro,
I would caution those who want to get into business for themselves by pay attention to those that try to sell you free information. You know, I get it, it's a hustle, and I'm not knocking those who do it. You know, they got to feed their families too. But it's kind of like I've seen companies that'll sell you the information about your deed. You know, like, you know how you can go to the county clerk to get your deed for free? They would charge you like $150.
They said
to go on the internet.
Convenience.
They'd be like, instantly, within 5 minutes, you get a copy of deed. Not a certified copy, just a you know, whatever kind of microfilm they use to shoot your deed and put on a website. They'll send you that. It's something you can get for free.
They have the county clerk office there, no? Doing it.
Exactly. There's a lot of snake oil salesmen out here, and unfortunately, in real estate, you're gonna see a lot of those commercials. I'm sure you see them a lot too. Like those dudes. Oh, I'm gonna sell you a course how to become a real estate millionaire. My approach is different. Sure, you know what, Ma? I'm sure you could testify to this. We know a lot of rich people. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, it'll be easy for me to take money from all over the place and be 40 million up right now. Easy.
Right now, easy.
But ethically, I know that I wouldn't be able to manage that. Because, you know, I'll be stealing from Peter to pay Paul, if you will.
And that's how you're made off.
Exactly. And you're going to see me, you know, in the feds, you know, in the feds doing 40 years for something that, you know what, I could slow grind it and just build the proper relationships, you know.
But see, what happens too, Dre, a lot of people, they try to skip steps and like 26 letters in the alphabet for a reason. You know, if you any one of those words, you can't pronounce some words out here. You know, so you gotta go through every step and appreciate the journey. You know, I used to think too, you know, because we was blessed in, you know, being talented in a lot of areas. And sometimes you think, oh, this is hard. Let me jump off this and go to this. Oh, then let me do this. Let me start throwing part. No, it's all hard. You know, anything that's gonna change your bloodline and change your family's economic structure for everybody you love, it's gonna be difficult. But consistency is key, man. That's what I learned. Whatever you do and you sing right, that's the same rubric and the template for whatever else you want to do.
Exactly. You know, you now have supporting data. You know, you have the knowledge of how to repeat that. You know, it's your choice. Do you want to repeat that? Do you want to sell that information? You could do whatever you want to do. I like to use a saying I call quadrilateral thinking, 4 ways. You know, I don't enter a business. I don't enter a business blindly and say, you know what, maybe it'll work, right? I look at it like, let's say hypothetically, let's say you want to open up a barber shop. I look at it like, oh, where's it at? Who owns the real estate? Do I own the real estate? Do I own the barber shop? Am I a barber?
Right.
You know, can I do female hair? Can I expand? Can I sell? Can I do retail there? So it has to be 4 different things that support the one idea. For me, you know, everybody else has their own way of doing business. For me, but I learned that from Warren Buffett. When Warren Buffett buys businesses, like he once said something about he bought a screw company, like a sheet metal company that makes screws or whatever. People ask him like, why? He's like, because he has other interests, whether it be the car makers or some sort of mechanical GE. I don't know. Well, I'm just hypothetical. I don't know if he owns shares GE or owns part of GE, but the screw company he bought would support his other business. It would drive down the cost, and basically, if you drive down the cost of an end product, that means more profit. Sometimes you buy your competitor just so you could drive down your costs.
Exactly.
We got to start thinking like that, you know. So, sometimes I see like 5 different beauty salons on one block. I'm like, wow, imagine if these sisters work together and bought the building. There's 10 of them that are leasing. I'm like, man, on the rent alone is $50,000 a month. You know, if there's 10 of them on a block or 5 of them on a block, if the rent is $25,000 a month amongst the 5, right, on a busy block, man, you know what kind of building they could have if they got together and did group economics and dropped the whole, oh, you can't trust nobody, no new friends. Yo, shout out to Drake. Yo, I love that dude because yesterday, ironically, he played one of my brother's songs during the coronavirus. OVO Mark, you that dude. Yeah, Drake, sitting in the mansion. I'm like, yo. You know, I'm like, normally we'd be on a jet on the way to Canada right now. But
right.
Corona thing is, we working that out. But anyway, you know, you gotta seek new friends. You know, I hang out with pharmacists. I hang out with sports agents, real estate people, and we all feed off of each other because we ultimately have a same goal.
Right. You know? In whatever you're doing, whatever industry.
Exactly. Right.
So bro,
speaking of you and Dante, man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your son, man. Like I seen y'all.
Well, you see the whole thing.
Oh God! Like, but what did I say to you? Huh?
You edited his first highlight reel, actually.
Yeah. I was like, yo, this kid is gonna be the wave of young boys. Because in America, I mean, soccer's big around the world, but in America, it hasn't even scratched the surface.
I know.
I believe Dante's gonna be one of those places. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Little pretty boy too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty boy, girls gonna love him. You know.
Yo, it's crazy, dog. It's surreal, you know. But it shows me too. Like just what you're saying. When you have a vision and you stay the course, and you know he stayed focused. Always. No parties. You know, he had his,
of course.
And things of that nature, but everything centered around what he was doing. You know, it's
pro contract. How old is he now?
He'll be 22 on the 26th of this month. So 21.
Grown man now. Crazy. I mean, you know, we lived our lives for them, right?
Oh man, trust me, man. And to make sure that they didn't come up and see half the things that we saw.
Right.
And not be foreign to it either. You don't want to walk around like, oh, what's that? You know?
Yeah, not be green. Nah, you can't be
but
green.
At the same token, they gotta, that's another life. We did that because we played the cards that was dealt. But now all about progression.
Yeah, taking it to the next level. Yeah, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the journey, brother.
Man.
Love seeing it all.
Crazy. And Jay, he bigger than all of us. You know, my 16-year-old. He's
really
190.
That fast?
Killing them, dog.
I know he's balling before, right? He's still balling?
Oh, he balled crazy, yeah. So, coming up, we got some time to see with my daughter, but it's just we blessed, man. We blessed. And
man.
All I do is work, take care of the kids, man.
Hey, me too, bro.
That's
all I need to do. It's not even about me no more. I'm done. I did it already. Did everything. So it's about the future, our kids, generational wealth, man.
Legacy, man.
Legacy. Yep.
But brother, it's always a pleasure. Love you, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Thank you so much, for jumping on and spending this time. And like I said, we could barely catch each other. So it's just the fact, it's horrible with this situation. People are passing away and everything which is horrible. But just to find a little silver lining in it all, it's just good that we can reconnect. Even though we're not together, we're still together.
Absolutely, man. It's all love. We might not see each other for 2 years, but when we connect, it's just like we in high school again.
Yes, sir.
Beating on the lunchroom tables. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Yes, sir. Those was the days, man. And these are
man.
So,
I mean, I always have a problem with people that be like, "Oh, I used to." I'm like, yeah, we used to, and we still doing.
Exactly. but the people are not, not knocking anybody, but people are not. It's almost like Al Bundy, talking about those touchdowns and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, talk about his old school days, how he caught the ball. Yo, that's crazy. It's true though.
But it's like,
I mean, I don't want to be that guy.
Nah, me either. That's why people be like, "Oh, gee," I'm like, "Yo, I'm young Maul, baby." You know what I mean?
Yo, after this Corona wave, I'm moving to Alberta, Canada for a little bit. I'm gonna invest in AI technology, man.
Well, really, that's what it's about.
I'm already making plans. I'm going to Alberta, bro, baby.
That's another conversation.
Word up.
Yeah,
That's 2.0 right there.
Yes, sir. So,
Yes.
Penthouse Pauly, my G, give my regards to the family, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great work, being a source of inspiration to everybody, man. And when this thing, is over, man, we're gonna link up, man.
Absolutely. Same to your family, man. I hope everybody stays safe, good health. And we gonna make it through. We gonna make it through.
We always do it. We got this far, and it's too late to turn back.
Absolutely, brother. All right.
All right, man. One love.
All right, one love, baby.
Peace.